Bonfils-Caleb Bimenyimana, the 25 or 27-year-old, I think it's 25. Yeah, the 25-year-old has been reported that he's actually on his way out of Kaizer Chiefs, actually. But he is with Wydad Casablanca at the moment. It's been reported by Lawrence Kohler, which is a reputable, your local reporter. Yeah, it's actually been revealed that he's actually there now, finalizing the final details, and Kaizer Chiefs has actually accepted a bid for the 25-year-old services. But before we get there, hello, welcome back again to the channel. Welcome back to Disky News. And thank you so much for the love and support. Let me give most of you guys a shout out if you're watching this podcast for the very first time. Now, before we go any further, please don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget also to click on that notification bell. Now, I've seen on my analytics, most of you guys, 90% of the time who watch these videos are not subscribed. Please do subscribe to the video if you like the content. And also don't forget to like the video. So we're going to be talking about the Kaizer Chiefs today. Look, this week, Kaizer Chiefs, it's always trending for something. There's always something happening. But it's very interesting to see that we are left with a couple of days. It's less than a month. And preseason is no longer anymore. I can't wait. I've been hungry. DStv Premiership is coming back. But before we also, because preseason has been ongoing, the players been revealed. We know who's going to be with the Kaizer Chiefs. We know who's going to be part of the team. Obviously, we don't know who's still going to be leaving, because Ngivile apparently sorts maybe is negotiating with Eastern and Posh. We don't know if they still need to buy another DM, Obas, or Umtetwa has been reported as well. So I'm not too sure about that. But what's interesting coming out this week is to see the fixtures that we have in store. So Township Rollers, it's another team from Botswana, quite decent, but we're also going to be playing a game in a preseason match. A friendly has been organized. It's been actually announced by the team itself on their social media website. So that's going to be happening on the 22nd of July. So we can't wait to see the starting lineup, who's going to be, obviously the change of players and how they play. We want to see Ntseki ball. We want to see what's cooking at the moment. So that's going to be an interesting one. We don't have any links, guys. But I'll leave your comments in the section if you need a link. Maybe we can organize something. We don't know how it's going to be televised, but I'm sure Coast Nation would like to know about it. And also the second fixture that's been announced, which is interesting for me, is Iyanga SC from Tanzania, the treble giants, or the treble winners this season. As you would know, former club of the Unas Retin Nabi that we were trying to acquire. They've invited the Kaizer Chiefs officially to come and play a friendly match at Tanzania. VVIP tickets have actually already been sold out, so which shows that this is a premium game as usual. We're not only big in the country, but Kaizer Chiefs is also big in Africa as well. Like, come on, now, who would have guessed? But now, what's interesting about these two games is that the Kappa kit hasn't been released as yet. So we want to see, are they still going to use their training kit? Because the Kappa is announced that in 10 days' time, they're going to actually officially announce the official jersey. Now, there's been leaks. There's the home and the one that looks like the Springbok jersey, the away, or there's the third kit. We're not exactly sure. But obviously, unless the club officially has released a jersey, we can't just confirm. So we don't know if they're going to be using the jersey officially to play the 22nd of July, the game day. And that's when we're going to see. So obviously, we're waiting patiently for that. So, hey, Slambi, guys, can just Kaizer Chiefs or Kappa. Make up your minds, because we want to be able to see what's going on. So that's what's been happening there. I know most of you guys are interested in knowing. So just keep watching the channel. I'll keep you guys in the loop of what's going on there. So I made notes. So that's the only thing from my side that I see. Now, what's also interesting is that the DStv Premiership, PSL, has actually released the fixtures for the rest of the season. Now, what's interesting for me is the first 5 games. First game, we're going to be playing against Chipa. So obviously, the preseason is going to prepare us. We need that game, so master points. We're not going to seek the things of last season. We are losing against pub teams. So I don't know if it's a home and away game. I think it's we're playing away. The interesting game is the 9th of August. Save the date, guys. If you're going to be there, we're going to be at Loftus. 9 August, we're playing against the champions or current champions, Mamelodi Sundowns. Again, imagine last time we played them against, I think it was the third or second game again. So EPSL, I think, so we're going to be playing at them 9th of August, Kaizer Chiefs versus Sundowns. It's a must-win game again. 3 points there. So that's going to be an interesting game. I'm going to be covering it as well. So tell me what you think. Leave comments, what you want to see. Do you have any idea in terms of the lineups as well? So it's going to be an interesting fixture as well. So the next fixture there, we're still going to be playing Golden Arrows, I think. We have Stellenbosch as well. And I think I forgot the fifth team that we're going to be playing. So the first 5 games, it's going to give us an idea of Inseki Ball and obviously how they're going to be setting up the lineup, the players involved, and maybe they've closed the checkbook. We don't know. So obviously, there's been talk on Twitter. People are so excited. It shows that people are hungry for football again. So that's something I wanted us to talk about. Tell me what you think, how the lineup is going to be setting it up. What do you guys expect? How many points can we actually gather from the first 5 games? Because that's going to be the precedent. First 5 games, are you giving Tseki the first 5 games as well to see how he's going to be pairing against other teams and his runoff? Because it's going to be officially his first time being a head coach for a local team. So, yeah, Upotsane again, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Upotsane, as you know, he's also another player that, that's what I was saying. If you haven't watched the other video, the previous video when I was covering Upotsane, please do go back and watch that video. You see when Kaizer Chiefs in Klupala. Now, Upotsane, apparently, Royal AM is going to the DRC, the Dispute Resolution Committee. They want to dispute him signing with Kaizer Chiefs because they're saying that they had an extension that they could have exercised before he had actually signed with another club. So they're saying that they want to dispute him going to negotiate with other clubs without them exercising that right. I think they're doing that because they haven't really won the case. It's still ongoing, FIFA, them having a FIFA ban and all that. But you see what I mean with Kaizer Chiefs having these kind of deals going on. Because Potsane was an unheard of signing. There was no rumors or any wind of him, Chiefs, and them having an interest or anything. So it could have fallen their laps and they could have just made a right signing. Again, Kaizer Chiefs is involved in another, because already we have Uranga, but that's been settled, I think. Then we have Upule Modi, who's also going to be sued by agent Yake. Now is the third signing of Putan. And this is what I've been saying with the Kaizer Chiefs. They really, really need to do their due diligence. That's why it's easier to sign a coach first before you go for players. Because all you're going to do is rush. And as you know, now you can tell that there is an agenda against Kaizer Chiefs, according to my opinion. Because seemingly when Kaizer Chiefs signs players, all these clubs now want to cry foul. They want to make it seem like Kaizer Chiefs is not supposed to be having such players. So there's always rumors or controversy around Ama signings with Kaizer Chiefs. But I just hope they've done their due diligence and they've done everything above board. Because there's 3 signings already that there's question marks around how they've actually signed these kind of players. So, man, for me, this thing every season, Kaizer Chiefs has to be involved in such things. So that's not a good thing. The one thing, obviously, about the video, what we want to talk about is the striker who's leaving, who was signed last season. Supposedly, he came for a trial and he hasn't really impressed after his injury. Who Bonfils-Caleb, the Black Panther, Bimenyimana, or the Black Beamer. So for me, all I can say is I'm torn. I'm in between because I really wanted him to stay a bit longer, but obviously with the changes, for what I know, it was Zwane's signing for me. He was Zwane's signing in that he gave him the chance. But remember, if you remember this, you follow the story well. He came in at a time where we couldn't sign. We didn't have enough time. We signed Dupree and we saw that he's not necessarily a striker. We didn't have strikers that we could have negotiated within time because there was a time where apparently PSL clubs didn't want to go in business with the Kaizer Chiefs. So he was a right signing. And looking at his stats were not good because he didn't have a club at the time. He hadn't played football for such a long time. So he comes in, his coach from his national team defended him saying, look, he didn't have enough time to train because he hasn't played for a while. So we didn't get the right Caleb, if you will. So for me, we still wanted to see him because there was A glimpse, man. I don't know if it was the playing style as well, because seemingly most of the time when he was there, we were looking for his aerial presence because he's quite tall, but he's good on his feet. He's given us assists at times and places. But to be fair, it's not only the goals that were not coming; it's the way we are creating opportunities for our strikers and attackers. We were not really clicking as a team, so we can't exactly. I don't think that the blame and the fault like lies on him. But as a player, his contribution it's quite questionable at times where he was there when he was given the opportunity. He did get chances. There were times he was missing it's sitters, if you will, not obvious chances, but I could say that chances that he was supposed to take. And maybe that's where the question mark comes in. But I don't think he necessarily was given enough time. And there were reports, I mean, somehow, I don't know if it was confirmed or not, in the sense that Atazwa bengangamfuni, and I think he embarrassed him in front of his players. So that is very unsettling if you hear reports like that. I think there's those one of the reasons where he would want to leave the club. So all the best to him. So we've heard that he accepted, or Chief has accepted a bid. I've checked on transfer market, the website. He's valued at 850,000 euros. That is like Boma 17 mil. I don't know if that's the fee, but it's undisclosed at the moment. And as you know, Kaizer Chiefs, the PSL clubs don't like to reveal their fees. So we don't know how much they're paying him for. That's a cash injection. That's good business for Kaizer Chiefs. If you had asked me if they've actually sold him again because they actually got him on a free transfer because he didn't have a club at the time. So it's interesting to note that if he's leaving because we have Ranga Chivaviro, but we need another striker. So maybe they can use that money maybe to go for someone like, who's this guy? Ikram Reyners from Stellenbosch. So that's a question mark again. Yeah, so that's all I have for you this week. So tell me what you guys think. Please leave your comment. Let's engage. Tell me, do you think it's a good move? Do you think maybe if given him enough time, there would have been enough time to prove himself that he actually is a good striker? Yeah, what do you guys think? So for me, let me see you on the next episode. The next episode, and just tell me what you think. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content and share it with your friends. From my side, Walter, your boy. Thank you.